Good afternoon, friends. Richard Irvin, Mayor of Aurora. I am here on our monthly Facebook Live chat session that I promised I'd keep having with you. And each time I like to bring on a guest with me. Today my guest is Cheryl Maraffio. Now Cheryl and I have been on before, but it's been a while. Cheryl, we're taking it back to the old days.
A little while.
And what we're on today to talk about what Cheryl does for the city of Aurora. She's one of our outreach coordinators. So want to give them a little idea of what your position is and what you do for the city?
Sure. I was brought in as a contractor for the city of Aurora in 2015 to work in the neighborhoods, bringing folks together to develop neighborhood groups and work on National Night Out.
Now, why was that something that was set up, Cheryl?
It was set up because the police department noticed a significant uptick in incidences of crime and criminal activity and calls for service. So they, with the alderman and the mayor's office, decided to start a grassroots effort in the neighborhoods to get the residents interested in their own neighborhood, get to know each other, get to bring people together. And we all know that when people know each other and there's that bonding and they understand and know the police department and have that relationship with the police department, they're more likely to pick up the phone and call for service when needed.
So the police department's idea was to bring community together to help police our own community, to address quality of life issues, to just, work in their community like it used to be years ago.
And it's kind of like, you gave me a t-shirt a long time ago. And it's kind of like this. The quote on the t-shirt says, "You don't have to move to live in a better neighborhood."
That's right.
That's the basis for our effort here in the community.
Right. To improve our neighborhoods ourselves,
Exactly.
and take back our streets from, let's call it the riffraff.
Elements.
The elements that might affect having a nice community. And one of the biggest things that you do, or you do a lot of good things, but one of the major events that you have every year is called National Night Out, where you tell look at it, we all wear National Night Out t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? So NNO, National Night Out. Will you tell the viewers here, what is National Night Out and what does it represent?
National Night Out is an effort across the country to bring folks together. Over 18,000 communities throughout the country participate in National Night Out, usually starting anywhere from 4 o'clock in the afternoon through 8 to 9 o'clock in the evening. And it's always the first Tuesday in August. We here in Aurora started in 2015 with our goal was to have 15 National Night Out events. We ended up with 20.
That first year?
The first year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The idea is to bring folks out of their homes, come out into the street, into the park, wherever the event is in that particular neighborhood. Get to know your neighbors, interact with the police department, interact with the community-oriented policing officers, and build those relationships that make stronger, safer, more healthy neighborhoods.
And what are some of the things that you do on National Night Out? Do people barbecue? Do people play games? What do people do?
Each event is different, so it depends on the particular neighborhood and the organizers of the event. Some of them are as small as an ice cream social, which is wonderful. How intimate can it be? Really,
right. Mm-hmm.
Others are huge, 500 plus people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And with games, a lot of barbecuing, a lot of hot dogs are handed out that night. Sometimes they bring in food vendors for the folks in the neighborhood at a nominal cost. They have ice cream, freezer pops, all kinds of games for the kids. What else do they have?
Now, I remember I went to the one last year, and I felt like I was in a hot dog eating contest. I felt like I ate about 10 hot dogs going to all the different National Night Out parties, but I enjoyed it. And each hot dog tastes a little bit different. You see, one was barbecued, one was grilled, one was boiled. So,
one was boiled.
Yeah, one was boiled. So let's see how many we eat this year.
I'll tell you afterwards which one is having a potluck.
Potluck.
So you want to go to the potluck one too, because
I want to go to one where people barbecue and chicken wings.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I want to go do. So if you're barbecuing some ribs or
what kind of sauce do you want on your
Sweet Baby Ray.
Okay.
Or let's take it old school. Old school. What's open pit? Let's take it way back in the day.
I'm an open pit girl.
The open pit.
Love it.
So let me ask you. The first year you said we had 20. How many did we have the second year?
Last year, 2016 was the second year, and we had 34 events throughout. Every ward was represented last year.
So let me get this straight. You said every ward. So every single ward in the city of Aurora, we had 10 wards. Mm-hmm. Every ward there was a National Night Out party.
Correct.
Wow. And
Correct.
from the first year when you only had 20, you went up to how many?
34 last year.
34. Wow, that's a huge jump. That's a huge jump.
And
well, let me ask you, Cheryl, how many do we have this year?
Well, we're having 45 National Night Out events throughout the city this year.
45 events throughout the city.
45 events on the screen.
Wow, look at that on the screen. We got 45 events highlighted throughout the city of Aurora. Now, last year you said we beat the largest city in the state, didn't we? Beat Chicago.
They had 20.
They had 20
events.
and we had
34.
34. Wow. So this year we're going to have.
We've been doing a little research trying to find out how many events they're planning this year.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
Can't find it?
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're just going to do our thing and do it right,
And do it right is
all
correct.
Right. So you said we had an event in each ward. So can you identify how many events we have in each particular ward?
Oh, sure. This year we have in Ward 1 4 events scheduled.
And now we're going to send out information on our website about exactly what addresses and where these events are being held.
Correct.
And they're kind of identified, location-wise on the screen behind us, but we'll have the exact address on the website. So
I believe it already is on the website.
Is it?
They're
Okay.
all listed on the website.
Beautiful.
They have been for about a week now.
Beautiful.
And we did send out an email.
An email
blast.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So Ward 2 is having.
Wait, let's go back. Ward 1 is what? I cut you off. I'm sorry. Ward 1.
That's okay.
How many in Ward 1?
4
right.
events.
Beautiful.
In Ward 1.
Okay.
Ward 2, we're having 6 events.
Mm-hmm.
Ward 3, we're having 3 events.
Mm-hmm.
Ward 4, we're having 6 events. In Ward 5, we're having 3 events. Ward 6, we're having 8 events.
8 different locations.
8 different locations. Wow. Ward 7, we're having 7 events.
7 and 7.
7 and 7. Mm-hmm. Ward 8, we're having 2. 9, we're having 2. And 10, Ward 10, we're having 4.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, that's amazing. That as of the 45.
As of the 45. It should.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I plan on hitting as many as I possibly can,
So how many do you think you'll hit, though?
Well,
Depends on how many hot dogs you eat.
We got a team that's going out. We're going out. We're going to hit them hard. I may only be at one for 5 to 10 minutes, but we're going to try to hit as many as we can. So, I'm going to hit more than half, I hope. Matter of fact, on that particular day, we, because that's on a Tuesday, we have Committee of the Whole on Tuesdays, every first and third Tuesday. So it's usually at 5 o'clock. So on this particular Committee of the Whole, we're actually making it at 4 o'clock so we can get out early, so we can start hitting the National Night Live parties. National Night Out live parties as soon as we can.
That's good. I don't think that's been done before. So this is fabulous.
This is the first year that we had Committee of the Whole a little early, so we can get out to all these parties and show support for all the organizations.
And I will say that the fire department is scheduled to be at every event, every single event.
And the police department.
The police department, the COP officers will hit every event. And let's see, we have the Bearcat, the K9, the Bearcat from the police department.
Oh.
It's one of those pieces of equipment that
Right,
looks
right.
like
They
a
ride around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like a bear.
It's a serious thing.
Mixed with a cat.
Otherwise,
you call it a cat, right?
The K9 unit, McGruff, the police puppy, and then the what's that other one?
What puppy?
The command post. They have a police puppy. You didn't know that? A police costume.
Oh, a costume.
Costume.
Okay.
The little kids love the police puppy.
Right.
So with all of that equipment, they're able to make it to 27 of the events, which is quite a bit.
That's a lot.
But the COP officers will be at every event.
Good, that's great.
And the fire department will be at every event also. And this year, in addition, we have the streets department, their loader and street sweeper, and another piece of equipment are going to some of the events also, so the kids can climb on them and have fun.
And also on the website, it'll identify in each ward, in each location, what the time is that each event will be going on. Because some events start a little later, some events start at 4 o'clock and are over at 6. Some start at 5 and are over at 7, what have you. So whatever your area is, if you're interested in going, and I hope everyone attends one of these events, make sure you identify which time and location your particular ward. Do we have any questions that folks are asking?
2 questions. One, Cheryl, can you talk about the partnership with the Park District in this event?
Oh.
That's important.
Yeah.
That is very important. The Park District last year partnered with us for the first time. There are several, I think 5 different parks that will have, Park District parks, I should say, that will have National Night Out events in them. Copley 2 is one of them.
Okay.
So they have been very instrumental in bringing this along with us and contributing. Last year they had some wonderful events over, especially at McCleary Park, dancers, different performances. So they're a great partner in helping with the success of the different National Night Out events. Very, very important.
Yeah, I remember I went to one yesterday. They had a bake contest. They had cookies, and they were yeah. Where was that? That was
Garfield?
No, that was I think that was in Garfield or in Ted's ward. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
they had,
great.
and they had jumpy things for the kids, the bounce houses for the kids.
Yes.
And that's in most of them.
35 of the locations have
bouncy houses. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know I got an email from someone in Cinnamon Glen that said they're looking for. Last year they had about 200 people, and they think they're going to have even more than that this year, and that's over in the 10th ward.
10th ward, correct. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Starlisha says, do you have to go to the one in your ward, or can you go anywhere you choose throughout the city?
It's recommended to go to the one in their neighborhood. Mm-hmm.
And
that's a good idea.
That's a good question, and the reason is because we're trying to build, community and get to know your neighbors in your neighborhood. So although you're free to go to anyone, but it's it's better if you go to one in your neighborhood so you get to know the people that are coming out and being neighborly with you. That even when we're not having National Night Out, these are some people that you might even see in the neighborhood walking down the street, walking their dog. And now you know them, you say hi because you just had a cookie with them and some barbecue and a hot dog. So
it's that bonding agent of the folks in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
It fulfills the spirit and intent of National Night Out. Absolutely. When you attend the one in your own neighborhood.
Right.
Now, the question we had coming earlier was, what happens after the night out?
Excuse me, hopefully, and we are working, this started out as a jumping off spot to form neighborhood groups, and hopefully we will have neighborhood groups develop as a result. I apologize.
Oh, no, that's all right. So what we started off is, let's just have this fest, this picnic, this National Night Out, so people can get to know each other, and then maybe some of these folks can come together, throughout the year to have their own functions, or just to get together and talk about issues in your neighborhood that you want addressed. Whether it's you want to plant flowers or at the corner of a four-way stop just to beautify it, or you want to do something else in your neighborhood just to beautify the neighborhood. Something the community can come together and work on and brainstorm about making our neighborhoods better. Because the only people that are going to make our neighborhoods better is us. So that's what it's about.
Exactly. And bringing people together to form the neighborhood groups so they meet on a regular basis and understand and know what resources throughout the city are available to them also.
Exactly. And I remember over the last, since you've only been doing this 2 years, but in 2 years, how many new neighborhood groups have you started?
About 11.
About 11 brand new neighborhood groups where people in their neighborhood come together, and it doesn't always have to be a neighborhood where, there's shots being fired or you see a gangbanger stand in the corner. That's not what it's about. It's about addressing those issues, yes, but it's also just about coming together as a community.
Quality of life.
And fixing the quality of life in your own neighborhood. If you want the quality of life in your neighborhood to be better, then you got to come together with your community members to make it better. Simple as that.
Absolutely. And of all the National Night Out events, I believe there are 5 potential new neighborhood groups this year.
Wow, wow. Even more neighborhood groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
James Ward asked earlier, how could he volunteer for tomorrow night? He just found out about it. Is there a volunteer opportunity?
Wow.
Do we want to give him my cell phone number? Or?
Sure, if this is
Okay.
the number that you give people.
Sure.
Right.
Mhm.
All 40,000.
Call Cheryl.
You can give me a quick ring at 630-649-0915. I'm sure we have a place for you.
Say that one more time, Cheryl.
630-649-0915.
And we will find a place for you to volunteer. And you know, even if you don't volunteer, just coming out to the National Night Out function in your neighborhood, that alone will be enough just to show support.
Right. Judge Cruz joined. He said hello.
Hey, what's up, Judge Cruz? How you doing, man? What time is it? Can't work. I'm just messing with you, man.
That's good though.
Two-part question, neighborhood groups. Where can I find the current neighborhood groups? And if I don't have one in my neighborhood, how can I start one?
There is the city's, all the neighborhood groups are listed on the city's website. And again, call me on my cell phone, 630-649-0915. We'll get one rolling.
And she can tell you based on the ward you live in and the area you live in, whether one exists or whether that's an area where we need to build a new one.
Exactly.
Right. Mayor, how does this build into your whole vision for One Aurora, building Aurora together?
Well, that is the definition of One Aurora. All of us coming together to enjoy and just be a part of our great city. We have such a multicultural mix of people, and I think you'll see that when we go out to these national night outs. Every time I go to one of these, I see that there's black, white, Latino, Indian, Asian. Just a multicultural mix of people that are there just enjoying the fact that we're all from Aurora and we care about our community. And this is all about One Aurora. This is about bringing us together to celebrate,
to create One Aurora.
To create One Aurora and celebrate everything about who we are. There's different cultures. If we go to some of these functions, you have food from different cultures. You have people from different cultures. You just have so much, diversity that in the end of the day, it shows that we're all the same and we're one Aurora under one umbrella in this city.
That's correct. Right.
Sure, we know there's 45 groups planning their neighborhood. Can you talk a little bit about what happens on the back end from the city perspective to help plan this event while you're around?
It takes a huge effort, an enormous effort. We start holding informational and educational meetings in March and April.
Wow.
Then do the outreach. We have a staff of 6, I think it is, and who are very active, reaching out to the different indications of interest, the points of contact in the different neighborhoods who show an interest in hosting a neighborhood event, National Night Out event in their neighborhood. And we accept applications for funding and then work with the folks to determine the appropriate level of funding for that location and move forward from there. We facilitate the process. We don't do it for them, but we facilitate the process.
And when you help create these all right, so we're going to have National Night Out, and you facilitate a community to put on a function themselves. So they do it themselves. And the same thing, is said, what happens after? If they decide they want to create a community organization, you facilitate and show them how to do it, but then they run it themselves. Is that right?
It's right. It is actually run by the folks in the neighborhood. Exactly.
Gotcha.
We facilitate by, the city helps by providing the bounce house, where, when requested, a porta potty if there aren't facilities at the location. Doing various things like that, arranging for various pieces of equipment like that. And we also work on the back side, like you say, helping to develop and create the neighborhood group. We provide them with the tools that are needed and kind of guide them through the whole process. Each neighborhood group has a mission or a mission statement, which is very important. They have to have a regular schedule for their neighborhood group, a location. and we get the COP officers involved, community-oriented policing officers involved. The alderman is actively involved in the neighborhood groups.
Now, Cheryl, you and I go way back. I mean,
Way back, right.
20 years, over 20 years. And the reality is, that's how we met. When I was a community-based prosecutor,
That's true.
And we did exactly this. We went around in the neighborhoods and we tried to get buy-in from the community, take back the streets, and create these type of community organizations. So you and I have been doing this. We've been talking about this and doing this for decades, and we want to keep on doing it. Everything, all the efforts we put in all those years ago are starting to, to materialize now. If we stopped it, it'll go back to the old way, just like, it may take a while to get us to where we're at now, and we want to make sure we continue that, because if we don't keep going forward, we'll go back to yesterday in the blink of an eye.
And that is part of the problem when issues are solved, then people kind of go back into their houses.
Right.
Instead of staying vigilant.
Exactly.
And out in front and active in the neighborhoods.
Exactly. People become complacent. They say, there's not a
Exactly.
problem. There's nobody breaking the law, so I'm not going to be involved. But that's not the wrong. That's the wrong approach to have. You got to stay involved, stay participating in your community, stay vigilant and active in your community. So we never ever revert to the days where we had shootings and gangs running rampant in Aurora. And the more we do this in our community, the more we change the image and perception of Aurora, the more we grow to the best heights. The more we can all be proud of our community and become that one Aurora. With the same interest, same goal, all of us, all 200,000 of us, to take Aurora to the next level.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Last year I was at one of the events, the very last one I attended on the far east side of Aurora. And that was a huge topic of conversation at that event. People were very concerned that there wasn't enough pride in saying, we're from Aurora, we live in Aurora, it's our town. Mm-hmm. And that was their goal to change that.
It was
Absolutely.
It was our town.
A-town.
First letter in the alphabet. It's A-town.
Chris Harvey from Greeno was on. Last year they celebrated their 10th anniversary for National Night Out.
Oh, wow.
We're welcoming you to the 11th one this year.
Wow.
And Linda from Winona Avenue Blackhawks says she has your barbecue, hot dogs, and hamburger.
No chicken wings. Take too long to barbecue. You got to start around 1, 2 o'clock. By the time I get there, it'll be nice and done. But I'll come for a hamburger.
Well, the viewer says she saw you dancing at the parade. Will you be dancing at National Night Out? If so, where?
What parade did you see me dancing at? I don't remember dancing at a parade. It wasn't me. And let me tell you this: if you have some good music at your National Night Out function, you may see me cut a rug or two. That's old school. People haven't heard that. You may see me do right. They don't know that. They don't know cut a rug or two. My grandmother used to say that. Right. You may see me dance a little bit. There we go. Let me break it down.
Okay. She said no wings. Sorry.
No wings. Sorry. Well, I'm good with a hamburger.
That's it. As we close out, you can reach out to the community as to why they should come out tomorrow night. From you, Cheryl, first, and then from the mayor.
Sure. It's so important in building strong neighborhoods to come out, meet your neighbor, meet your COP officer, meet the police department, meet your alderman, get to know your alderman. Don't be afraid to pick up that phone if you know these folks. They're just like you and me. You know these folks. They're going to welcome your phone call, and you'll be comfortable picking up the phone and calling them when you need them or have a question. They truly are here to serve.
The only way we're ever going to make a difference in our community is if we work together. We build a strong community, a strong city by working together. Just simply because I was elected to an office doesn't make me the person with all the answers on how to fix everything. I need people to help, to participate, to be all in. And coming out and showing support for this function, for this National Night Out event, and to create community organizations, just be a part of your neighborhood. It helps the whole. It helps Aurora. It helps one Aurora. Come out, and if I see you out, say hi to me. I want to shake your hand. So I look forward to seeing you out at one of these events. this year or next year, starting your own event. But we'd like to see you participate, and the more the merrier. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow night, National Night Out. I'll see you next month on our Facebook Live session.